Welcome back to the Success Innovation episode. Welcome once again. Thank you so much for being a loyal listener, a loyal viewer. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been it's a pleasure for me to do this. Actually, it's a dream come true because I get to share with you some of my ideas. And what better way to do that using the technology that is available now to us in this day and age. And today's episode, I have a couple notes here. We're going to be talking about the core values. You might ask, what does the core values actually have to do with anything in my life? Well, the core values, we all have internal core values. You must look inside of yourself in order to determine what your core values are. We all have them, regardless of whether you actually realize it or not. Believe it or not, companies have core values. I mean, you've heard about those core values. Wherever companies are, be it integrity, excellence, teamwork, sustainability, something along those lines. So if you're interested in working for any particular company, regardless of whether they actually stipulate them or have them written down somewhere in the website or in some sort of employee's manual, you must look at those core values. When you're going into an interview, you must understand what the company's core values are, along with the mission statement. Why not? But the core values are very important. If a company preaches core values of excellence, integrity, teamwork, sustainability, they are actually telling you what type of traits they're looking for an employee. If you internally do not have those core values aligned with the corporation you're trying to get into, then you're obviously going to have a difficult time adjusting with them. And one of the things that I tell you is make really sure that the core values you look at align with the core values you have internally. If you've never actually sat down and written down what your core values are, you have no idea what you believe. You do believe something. So I actually encourage you to go ahead and take that time, 5, 10, 20 minutes, however long it takes. You don't have to do it all at once, but maybe come up with one. Sit down, relax in a quiet environment and determine, what do I feel? What motivates me? What really gets me going? How do I feel the best self that I can be whenever I'm actually doing a great job? One of the things is, if you feel that you're a great employee or a great person working in a team environment, then teamwork is one of your core values. If you feel that when you perform a task, you must have something that is worthwhile so that you can present it to whoever, the teacher, whatever project you're working, you do not do a half-assed job, you turn it in a proper manner and you go above and beyond what is required of you, then your work ethic is excellence. That is your core value. You can highlight those core values to the employers when you're actually going through an interview. So go ahead and sit down and determine what your core values are. That is very important. Imagine if you have an interview and in the interview it comes up that there's a teamwork environment and that they're instigating something along those lines, and you are a very independent worker and you don't really decide to function well in a teamwork environment. Well, you're not going to really have a great time at that company, because when you get to your job every day, imagine yourself, can you live with this for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years? Well, working in a group setting is probably not for you. If you determine that ahead of time, you can make a determination of, well, you know, it's a great company, but either I adjust and work on my team group working experience, or it is better suited for you to determine to move on to another company. That is something that I really recommend you do, to sit down, take the time, make a determination for yourself that you want to go ahead and figure out what your internal core values are. And wherever you go, search in the internet nowadays is very easy, very simple, very accessible. You can search for any company and look to see if they have any core values and what those core values are. And sometimes they're hidden in the mission statement, but more than likely they're going to have core values. They're going to be laid out, fine print, clear, and right up there, and they're going to have expectations and definitions of what they want as far as the core values. So I suggest you do that and go ahead and make time for yourself. It'll definitely benefit you so much. Well, that is something that I wanted to talk to you. So my core values. I believe my core values, I've sat down, I've actually looked at them, and I've come up with excellence, integrity, and empathy. You might say, why excellence? Well, excellence because I like to do a great job, perform great, go ahead and turn in perfect or above and beyond perfect results for a job or a project that I do. Integrity. Integrity, why? Because I follow my sense of integrity. What does that mean? If I see a shortcut, but I know it's wrong, I will not take it. Because inside of myself, I have a guiding compass that has a moral and that inhibits me from doing wrong, even though I'm trying to achieve something that might save time. But if you're cutting corners, then you're not doing yourself a benefit, nor the company, because sooner or later, it'll be found out. That is why integrity is important for me. Empathy. Empathy is because I get to listen to the individual side and I figure why they're acting the way they're acting. And I'm trying to get an insight into the other person's head as to what's going on with them. They might be having a bad day, so I'm trying to empathize with them and figure out what is going on and how I can make it better and how I can go ahead and move ahead and improve their workday, and together we can go ahead and get the project accomplished in a faster, more meticulous manner in a friendly environment of teamwork. So empathy is very important for me. And I recommend, once again, that you yourself sit down and take a look at what your core values are. Determine if you have something worthwhile that aligns with the company that you're interviewing. If you don't, then at least you have something to base it on and move on and look for something else. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening to this little episode for Success Innovation. I really want to say thank you so much. If you haven't, one of my fees is if you find this of interest and benefit to you, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to my different social medias. Go ahead and download my podcast. Go ahead and watch it on YouTube. And I definitely encourage you to also attend our live events. Our live events, I'm trying to go ahead and organize events that are valuable to the audience that shows up. And the next one, speaking of, is coming up in August 22nd. It's going to be the history of the mariachi. I already got a sponsor who's going to work with us. It's called, the company or the restaurant is FRESHERIA. They're going to be providing the refreshments and the amenities there. And the August 22nd event is going to be the history of the mariachi. So I encourage you to go ahead and show up and attend and go ahead and have an interactive experience along with the person who's been doing this for more than 20 years. So once again, go ahead and recommend this podcast, this video to your friends. And if you find value to it, continue and come back watching events and podcasts that I make. Thank you so much. My name is Lázaro Herrera. It's wonderful doing this. I have such an amazing time and it's a wonderful experience for me. So thank you. I'll see you next time. Stay positive always.